you were elaborating with Michelle on the radio about she had a small business and it's in her home.
Yes.
And she mentioned that she's making plenty of money, but some folk are trying to get her to open up a shop. If you would elaborate on having a small business, having a home-based business, and what are the benefits of doing so?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of benefits to having a home-based business, and maybe, I don't know, 15 years ago it was a lot more difficult to do it than it is now. But we've had some revolutionary breakthroughs in technology. You've got the internet at home, you've got instant access to just about anything you need. You've got office product stores like Staples and Office Depot. Remember, there was a point in time if you needed any office products, you had to get them at your company. They were the only ones that had access to be able to buy a lot of that stuff. But there's been so many changes that allow you and enable you to work from home. A lot of our guys at Wharton Gladden Company work from home. I've got Michael Tate here. He's working the camera, but that's my assistant. Michael's actually one of the only guys on our team that goes in the office every day. So, a lot of companies have been moving in that direction where a lot of folks do work from home. Large companies like JetBlue, their whole reservation system are people that work from home. Companies like SunTrust, a lot of their bankers are starting to work from home. And even their underwriters will come in and pick loan packages up on Monday, and they go home and they underwrite them during the week. And they work from home and they send them in digitally. So a lot of folks, actually you're seeing even large companies sort of revert back, and they're moving in that direction of allowing people to work from home because of the access we have to technology. And also, just energy expenses. Our gas costs are higher. It costs more to light a building. Everything costs more. It costs more to build buildings because construction costs are a lot higher. So companies, in order to maintain their size, are saying, hey, why don't you work from home? Because that way we don't have to go out here and build a whole new office building to house all these people that we have. So I would say that if you are working from home and it works for you, I'd say you do it until it doesn't work any longer. Because anytime you move outside of your home and you go to move in an office space, you're taking on an additional expense.
That's right.
Always remember, businesses are about profits. Sorry, no other way to put it. Business is about profits. And if you don't realize that, and you don't have that mentality, you're not going to be in business very long. It's just all it is to it. Business is about profits. It's not about what people think. It's not about your friends think. It's not about what your friends say. It's about profits, and it's about generating as much profit as you potentially can. And if you can do that by working from home versus from renting office space, I strongly encourage you to do so. When we were starting Wharton Gladden, we actually did a case study on a company out of Seattle, Washington. They were a consulting company, okay? Consulting company that was operating in 40 different markets. 40 different markets here in the United States, basically 40 different areas. They didn't have no buildings, no office space. Their revenue number was $46 million a year. They generate $46 million a year. And there were some young guys that were running the company, and they absolutely said, hey, we don't need office space. Mainly because if you look at some of the products that we have that are technology-based products, they have enabled us to be free of offices. But what hasn't happened, what you haven't seen change, is our companies haven't allowed us to be free of offices. That's what's happening. So, I've got this iPhone. I've got this new iPhone. And this thing has email. It's got everything on it. When I'm on this thing, it's almost like I'm at the office. So all this technology was created so that we could be free from the office, but a lot of our companies just haven't adapted and allowed that to happen. So one of the things that we're focusing on as we build Wharton Gladden Company, Wharton Gladden Company is a different type of an investment banking group. We're heavily reliant on technology. Everything we do is digital. We don't use any real paper. We move everything around digitally. So when we're doing loans, everything is digital. And like I said, a lot of us work from home. So, I think if you're creating a company, if you're at that point where you're creating a company, I'd say that's a direction that you want to move. And most importantly, it's environmentally friendly. We're keeping less passengers off the road in the morning going to work, and we're keeping our carbon levels down, and we're using less paper and all that other good stuff. And that's it's big to be green right now. So, it's a good way to stay green. That's a good question.
Okay, what about the individual that will be taking the services to the clients? For example, I'm a massage therapist, so I don't want anyone coming into my home at this time, so I'll be taking my services to them.
Yeah, I've got a couple of friends that are massage therapists, and they normally go out to people's offices, or they go out to people's homes, or in fact, I'm going to get your card personally because I may let you come to my house. I used to have a massage therapist, but no, that's perfectly okay. I mean, I would say do that until you're put in a position where you have to have a facility. And I can't make that decision for you. I mean, there's no magical way for me to tell you when you need to do that. There is no scientific way to do it. I can't say at year 3, move into an office. It doesn't work like that. I mean, you've got to be able to read your business and figure out what's more profitable and what's more effective for me. You may end up working from home for the next 20 years. Personally, I'm going to tell you, and Mike, he'll tell you too, I love working from home. You know, I get up in the morning, and if I don't have any meetings, you know, I might throw some shorts on or something, who knows. I go across the hall, and I'm right at work. When it was snowing and ice in those days, my daughter couldn't get to school. My girlfriend, she did go to work that day, but my daughter couldn't get to school. Well, I was able to keep her. We hung out at home. She helped me shred paper and throw stuff away as I needed it, and I was working. So I love it. Now, if you don't like, and I'll tell you this, I'll warn you this, if you don't like working all the time, be careful about working from home.
Yeah.
Be careful about that, because I tell you, sometimes I'm sitting downstairs and we're watching Prison Break or whatever she wants to watch that night. We're watching one of these shows, and I'm wanting to run upstairs because I'm thinking of an email I need to send. Or I want to run upstairs because I think about something I need to read. And the thing is, it's right there in your house, and you can do it. When it's at the office, you can't do it. You got to wait till the next morning to do it. So there are upsides and there are downsides to working from home. So I'm not going to paint it all rosy. There are some downsides to working from home, but you've got to be responsible enough to know what to do. I know Mike, he tried to work from home. He wanted to roll out of bed at 10 o'clock every morning. So we had to bring Mike in the office. You know? So.